Hello, Shalom. I want to welcome you all to this little drash. It's called drash because it's a monologue, a discussion of one person on a reading of the Torah. And today we're going to be talking about the Torah portion for this week. It's called Noach, and it's about the events surrounding the life of Noach. Today, the portion really that we are looking at, it's like an introduction to the life of Noach. And I'm going to take us through to see what we can say to be the summary of the life of Noach. If you look into the scriptures, Genesis chapter 6, verse 9, we are told that this is the genealogy of Noach. Noah was a righteous man, perfect in his generations. Noah walked with Elohim. This really sums up who Noah really is. There are three things that were said concerning Noah. The fact that one, a righteous man, a perfect man, and a man that walked with Elohim. That seems to be the summary of the life of Noah. And every one of us would like to have this kind of a summary for our life when we have departed from this world. We want to be called a righteous man. We want also to be said to be perfect. And at the same time, we want to walk with our Creator, Yahweh, our Elohim. And Noah, this was recorded for Noah in his time, that was the kind of person that he was. And for me and you, we may say, yes, it's easy for Noah, because at his own time things were easy, things were not as bad as it is during our own time. This is the end times, as we call it, and during the end time many things will happen. There will be so much lawlessness and so much of evil going around. But my fellow people, you know that for Noah, his own case was not really that different. He also lived in a time that can be called an end time, because it was his generation that Yahweh decided to destroy the world with water, to destroy all living creatures, and to destroy the earth itself. And let me give you an insight into what it really was. We were told that the earth was corrupt before Elohim, and the earth was filled with violence. Said, and Elohim looked upon the earth and saw that it was corrupt, for all flesh had corrupted their way on the earth. So definitely, we cannot say that this time that we live in is better or worse. That is worse than that of man. We can really say that even our own time is better than the time of man, because Elohim, our Creator himself, agreed, and he came to the conclusion that that world was corrupt, very corrupt, and they have corrupted their way on the heart. And so definitely it is important that we know that Noah faced more of the things that we are facing now. He faced more of corruption, he faced more of people doing evil, and yet he lived a perfect life. He was righteous and he walked with Elohim. So the question for you and I is this: are we going to have the same conclusion, the same submission concerning our lives? Are we going to be said to be righteous? Are we going to be said to be perfect? Are we going to be said to that of us that we walk with Elohim? Our own situation is not as bad as that of Noah. We don't have any excuse. Of course, we don't have any excuse. If you look around you, people will justify what they are doing. Especially in this our nation, Nigeria. People will say, well, what can I do? What can I do? Everywhere is corrupt. Anywhere you enter, they will ask for bribe before they treat your file. The policeman will harass you on the road looking for bribe. Last man will get you on the road looking for bribe. VIO will pick you up looking for bribe. And everything around is corrupted. And so you say, if I can't beat them, let me join them. But you know, for Noah, he didn't operate by that policy. He didn't operate by, if I can't beat them, definitely I will join them. He stood out. He stood out from every one of them. It was different. He decided to live a righteous life. He decided decided to be perfect. He walked with Elohim. So he was different from everybody. That is the kind of person we can call a life, a set apart person. You know, when we talk about holiness, holy, we want to see it as something that is unattainable. The word holy is kodesh. And kodesh, what it really means is to be set apart. To be set apart. Noah set himself apart. He was different. He set himself apart, and that he did what was different from what every other person they were doing. If they take bribe, he didn't take bribe. If they engage in all form of sexual immorality, he did it. If they engage in anything that is evil, that is corrupt, he did not engage in such. Let's take example for those people that are in power and in authority, they are in government. Everyone will want to justify that you have to steal. You have to take more than what is allocated to you. Why? Because people will come and be asking and you have to give unto them. But it is not what is the right thing. We are not to do that. If everybody is doing it, we have to remain set apart. We have to remain set apart. And let me also tell us that because of that, of what Noah did, that Yahweh saw that yes, Noah is different from others. That Noah is different from others, and he did not live his life in that way. He lived a set apart life. And this is what Elohim said. This is what Yahweh said concerning him. And they were told that Yahweh saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every inclination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. And God, Yahweh told Noah, said, the end of all flesh has come before me, for the earth is filled with violence through them. And see, I am going to destroy them from the earth. Said, make yourself an ark of gopher wood, make rooms in the ark, and cover it inside and outside with tar. And this is how you are to make it. And he gave him description of how is to make the ark. And Yahweh said, he said, I will establish my covenant with you, and you shall come into the ark, you and your sons and your wife and your sons' wives with you. Because of the way he lived his life, Yahweh decided to spare the life of Noah and his family, yet he brought destruction upon the whole world. So what is it that you are thinking of? That when destruction comes, you are going to escape it. Are you going to escape? You can only escape if you live your life the way Noah did, by being perfect, by being righteous, and by following, by walking with Elohim. This is when you do that he can really look at you and justify you and decide that yes, I will make you to escape the destruction that is coming on the earth. Another thing I want us to see before we round up is that in verse 22 of that Genesis chapter 6, we were told the formula with which Noah was able to get this kind of commendation. In verse 32 we are told, and Noah did according to all that Elohim commanded him, so he did. He did everything according to the word of Yahweh. So if we want to have the commendation that Noah had of perfection, of righteousness, of walking with Elohim, the way we get it is that we do everything according to the way that Yahweh have described for us to do the things that we want to do. It is very important. Are you keeping the word of Yahweh? Are you following his ways? Are you obeying his commandments? Don't let anyone deceive you by telling you that the Messiah nailed the commandments, nailed the law to the cross. There's nothing like that. The Messiah did what he did to take away our sins. Yet he will continue to direct our hearts to obey the Torah of Yahweh. We have to live our lives according to that. We have to obey it. We have to follow the commandments of Yahweh. We have to do the things that will please him. That is what Yahweh wants us to do. And it is very important that we put our hearts and our minds in doing this. And I want to leave us with this, that if you say it is not possible to be perfect, you are deceiving yourself. Because here we are told that Noah was perfect, and also we're told that Yahweh said, I am be perfect for I am perfect. Be perfect, for I am perfect. And so if it is not possible to be perfect, Yahweh will not ask us to be perfect. Because it is possible to be perfect, that is why he is asking us to be perfect. Psalm 19 verse 7 tells us that the Torah is perfect, converting the soul. The law is perfect. The law of Yahweh is perfect, converting the soul. If the law is perfect and we are able to live our lives according to the dictates and everything that Yahweh says, definitely we can be perfect. That is what the law says, and that is what we have to do, hold on to. So I want to encourage us. Let us stick to what the scripture says. Let us follow the commands and the directives of Yahweh, and we see that He will surely bless our lives. So I want to encourage us to be reading the scriptures, read the Torah, and make sure that you understand everything in it. Shalom.